Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm super excited to share this video with you because I feel like it's a staple in my life and I want to share some of my hacks and tips and tricks of being a full-time college student. If you didn't know, I am a full-time university student, I am a full-time mom, I am a YouTuber, I'm a board member, I'm many other things that need a lot of time, attention, and effort. So a lot of the time I have to learn how to time manage and do things efficiently. So today I wanted to show you what I carry to school and what I actually use in college and what you might also need. And I want to share some tips and tricks as to how I make my life easier when it comes to school. I am now in my third year of university. I feel like by this time I've accumulated a few tips and hacks and tricks, so I'm super happy to share with you and I hope you find this video very helpful. So first things first, I wanted to show you what I carry in my backpack. I use this backpack and have for a while, but in high school I always used a tote bag, and I actually see a lot of people in college also do the same. So this bag is super cool. It's by the brand HotOne and it's a geometric holographic purse. It's crazy that it looks so different on camera than it does in person, but what I see is just like a really dark gray kind of neutral, but on the camera, as you can see, it's super vibrant and rainbowy. I think this could be a super cool statement piece to any outfit, and it fits quite a lot and very convenient for a school bag. It'll fit your laptop, your notebooks, whatever else you need to carry, and it just adds some color to your life. There's also a wallet that's kind of in the same coloring. It's got lots of space for cards and ID and cash even. I really like that you can have change right here, cash, and it's all just in one place. It's really cool. I think it really catches the eye and is something so different. I've personally never seen anything like this. I totally recommend it if you just prefer a tote versus a backpack. I haven't showed Steph in this purse yet, but I think he'd be so all over it. So I will go ahead and link this bag for you below if you're interested. It's also very affordable, so I would definitely check it out. So in terms of just contents of and items and supplies I bring to school, very minimal. I would also suggest you do the same. You don't need a lot, and it's just wise not to bring a lot because it's heavy, you know. So the number one thing I usually bring is my laptop. I have it in this fun little laptop case, and I just have an Asus laptop. This laptop is strictly schoolwork. I don't do any editing on it. Sometimes I'll do emails, but yeah, I keep nothing on here other than school stuff, and it's really nice because it's not jam full of footage and videos and whatever else. So it's nice to have that separate, and I like to organize my folders by year. So first year I did number 1 folder, 2, 3, and then within the folder I have my courses, and it's been really working out for me that way. I typically take 5 classes a semester. This semester I have 4, but they are equivalent to 5 in terms of credits, so I still need 5 sections. So I use a 5-star 5-subject notebook. I really like these. I got a white one this semester. I always get black. They didn't have black, so I got white. But I rarely ever run out of space in a section, and I think it's really convenient because if I have a class that day and then I want to work on a different class, it's all kind of in here, and all my notes are here, so I don't need to worry about leaving anything at home, and it's not that big considering I use it for every class. So I think I caught on to this about second semester, first year, maybe second year, and I will not go back. Along with that, I like to have a little file folder thing. It's really convenient to have any sort of loose papers go in here. Even though the notebook has little slots, they're typically small and usually don't fit a whole lot. So I like to have this. I used to have 5 for like every subject, but now I think 1 does the job. Usually there's not a lot of handouts, but sometimes you get papers handed back to you or tests or whatever else. It's just nice to have it all in one place. I also like to get a cute little pencil holder every year. So this one is from Staples. I really like it. So in here I keep very basic things. So I do have some colored pens that I don't use a lot, but sometimes. Highlighters, pencils. I like to use a black and a blue pen to take notes, just to have that color contrast and make things pop a little bit more. I've been into highlighting more recently, like vocab terms or just like definitions. I like to highlight the words so it stands out more, but just very basic. I like to keep a stapler in here also. Most people don't have one, and it's nice to have it when you need it. Also have a little ruler. Don't use a lot, but like it's really small and fits right in, so like might as well have it. So those are just a couple things that I keep in here. Very light, very basic. I'm by nature somebody that likes to write notes, and like it sticks better in my head when I write it out, which is why I have a notebook, I have pencils and pens and whatever. But if you're strictly electronic, all you could bring is your laptop and you are so set. You do not need anything more than that, if that works for you. And the last little thing I have is a daily planner. Love-hate relationship with these. I try to use them my best. And I think I've gotten better just because I have a lot going on, and it's a lot easier when it's on paper versus in my head and me trying to remember it all. Something useful I found I started implementing in the spring semester was writing out. So I would, first few weeks of school, I would sit down, probably a few days actually, I'd recommend doing this. Usually on the first day of class, you're handed a syllabus or you are asked to refer to the syllabus, and there you will find all of your due dates. So what I like to do is make a list of all of those. I like to collect them. I like to go into my planner and individually write them out on the days. But something I started doing last semester was taking 3 highlighters now. So one for tests, one for due dates other than tests, like assignments, papers, whatever, and a third one for YouTube stuff. And what I do is I'll go into like my big calendar spread and I will highlight the days that I have something due, like if I have an exam or a quiz or a test or something like that. And aside from just the big calendar, most planners will have just like a little calendar on the bottom of each week. And again, I will take that highlighter and I'll just highlight those days so I know exactly when things are coming up and it's not a big issue and I don't miss any deadlines. As well as YouTube, obviously, again, if things are coming up, if I have certain sponsorships or brand deals or anything like that due, I will go ahead and highlight that so that I'm fully aware of when that's creeping up. Of course, I'm not perfect. In the past, I have missed due dates or I forgot about things and I had to do them the night before, but it's just awesome to get organized as early as possible so that you are not frantic and frazzled halfway through the semester, because you will be otherwise. You don't need to add more to your stress, you know? And the front 2 pockets, I typically have my wallet, which is falling apart, so I will likely be implementing this one, which is so fun and is a little bit bigger, so will likely fit more because this one has been through it, let me tell you. I just keep your basic wallet stuff in here, obviously cards, IDs, cash, whatever. I also have my car keys and then just some lip balm. I like to keep this in my wallet, but it's too full, so I can't fit it in there, so it just has to hang out on its own. And then I got this little hairbrush. I think my mom got it from when she was on the Emirates flight, and they gave them like little goodie bags, and this was in there. So I really like this. Now that I have bangs, it's nice to be able to brush them so they're not all gross, but really like this little hairbrush. And I just have some gum in this pocket as well. And the other one, I like to keep feminine products and just like random stuff like sunglasses. There's also a little pocket on the inside here, and I keep hand cream in there because my hands get so dry. Just a little bit of tissues for those sad days, because they happen. A hair elastic and some hand sanitizers, because sick university kids are gross and they come to school no matter what and they cough all over you, and I have a 3-year-old at home and I don't want to be spreading that. Something I always bring to school is a water bottle as well. This is just one I use currently. It's the Starbucks tumbler. I cannot function if I'm not hydrated, so I like to go through as many of these as I possibly can, and I like to have a tea or something once in a while as well, but this is definitely my essentials. So in terms of like note taking, I wanted to quickly touch on that as well. There's certainly different methods, and I feel like once you go through school, you will likely figure out what works for you, but I wanted to share what works for me and something that I find to be pretty efficient and effective. Oftentimes I will go into class and I see a lot of people simply copying what's on the board directly into their notes. These PowerPoints are 99% of the time available on Blackboard. and you can access them before or after class. So why are you showing up and fully disregarding everything the professor is saying simply to copy down the notes that you could have just done at home? So for me personally, I don't get that, and I don't think that helps me learn. Again, everyone's different. Maybe that's just like what works for you. I just don't get why you come to class to like, because I see people, they're fully on a different slide, they're not listening, they're just copying down the information. So I personally don't think that works. I have done it, like I have tested that and seen if it kind of worked out for me, and it didn't. So what I like to do, a class that I find like is a little bit harder or that I like to focus more on, what I'll do is I'll pull up the PowerPoint. Most of the time they're like available before class. I'll pull it up and I will go through it with the professor, and I will listen to what they're saying, and I will make little notes on the PowerPoint or in the notes or something. Something else you can do is print off those PowerPoints, and you can make notes by hand if you just kind of print them off and you have 8 or whatever on a page. Makes it easier. And then later what I like to do, within 24 hours preferably, because that's when you are going to retain the most, I will go in and I will write out pretty much their notes as well as my notes into my notebook, so that later I can go back and study that information. I try to keep it pretty basic and not copy down every single word, because I don't think that's necessary. And when it comes to exam time, I want to be, again, efficient, so I don't want to be trying to memorize information that's kind of irrelevant or not as important. So I try to be conscious of what I write down and how I write it down. And when it comes to exam time, I like to go back on those notes and really sift through as much as possible so that I have the bare bones and I'm able to remember as much information as possible in the least number of words as possible. I'm gonna be honest, I nowadays rarely buy textbooks, and even more rarely do I read them. I don't encourage that. If there's assigned readings, I definitely recommend you do them. But I, so far, have been able to get by and do well without reading books cover to cover. However, there are very smart strategic ways to read where you don't read every word. You're just really focusing on the most important stuff. So I definitely recommend you do that. This semester I have a statistics class. I'm definitely going to be reading a little bit of that because it's going to get hard. So it'll be good to have as much information and understanding as possible. I did talk about this in a vlog recently, my first week back. Selling books is essential. Buying books used is also essential. So at my school, there's obviously a bookstore where you can spend hundreds of dollars on books, or you can go online and there is things like Kijiji or Facebook. There's different groups, or just like the Facebook Marketplace where you can search up your book and see if you can find it. Usually a lot cheaper because everyone's trying to make a little bit of money back and just doing you a favor so you don't have to go spend so much on your own. I know that my bookstore buys books back for literal like $3, so to me it's not worth it, and I would prefer to sell it to somebody else that needs it and doesn't want to spend the money to buy a brand new one. First year I had a scholarship that covered my book costs, so I bought them all brand new, but it was so unnecessary. So I definitely recommend you look into different options. My friend Calvin is a wizard when it comes to this stuff. He is able to find older editions or just like random little websites that'll have the book you need or just like an older edition. So definitely do some digging. Also, book editions are so frustrating because all they do is they'll add a few current statistics, change the cover, and call it a new edition, charge an extra $40 for this $200 book. So avoid. Get the older editions if you need a book for that class. You don't need the most current one. They don't change them that much to the point where you have to buy the brand new most current version. So keep that in mind. University is a scam, may or may not be a scam. Just be smarter. Apologies for the interruption, but I wanted to let you guys know that HotOne also has this fun little tote bag, and 10 of you get to win one for yourself. I will go ahead and leave all of the rules down in the description box, but basically just subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Mitchell's channel, and just hop on over to Instagram, follow him and follow me, and comment your Instagram handle below so that we can go and check you out, and also make sure that you're following both of us because this is for our people. you know. The only catch is that it is only for US residents. I'm really sorry if you're outside of the US, but that's just kind of their preferred shipping area. So I'm really sorry. I will work on coming up with another giveaway soon for everyone. But again, if you forgot what I just said, I will have everything listed below for you. Be sure to just do those 4 simple steps and you're golden. Thank you so much to HotOne for being so wonderful and hosting this giveaway with me. I'm really excited for all 10 of you to walk away with this fun tote bag, and good luck. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If there's anything more that you would like me to discuss, or maybe something I haven't touched on, leave a comment, send me a message on Instagram. I'm pretty responsive on there. So if you have a question or need help or whatever, I'm happy to answer and help you out. I've been recently doing little Instagram shout outs, so if you want to be featured in the next video, be sure to head on over to my Instagram as well as Mitchell's Instagram and give us a follow, be interactive, and we will notice your account and we will certainly give you a little shout out. I am popping over to Mitchell's account and just pulling a few people from there. So the first one is S9976178. Thank you so much for supporting us and loving us and being so kind and taking the time out of your day to interact with us. Next one is Nicolina Scamarole. Nicolina Scamarole. Thank you so much for being amazing, and we really appreciate you. And the final person is Brittany's Mommy Life. Thank you so much for following us and just being wonderful. We appreciate you guys so much. And again, if you want to be featured in the next video, be sure to head on over to our Instagrams and give us a follow and share the love. Thank you so much to HotOne for working on this video with me. I really appreciate it. Again, I will go ahead and leave this a really fancy and fun bag down below. I think you guys should totally check it out. It's super, super fun and just so unique. Again, I've never seen anything like it. So it's on Amazon too. We love a good Amazon moment. So go ahead and check out that link in the description below. I love you guys so much and can't wait to see you in the next video.